Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived two warrior princesses named Chika and Nechala. Every day and every night, they fought mercilessly and endlessly. Nechala, solemn and stubborn, instigated the fight, while Chika defended herself. They fought for years, causing the eradication of ecosystems and wildlife. Villages fell, and people were left wounded. Nechala herself, but she cared not. She continued on in her prideful, painful fight. The trees and the leaves begged and pleaded for them to stop fighting. The animals fled. The sun screamed and beamed. The wind howled and growled. The mountains moved and grooved. The hills leapt and wept in agony. But selfishly, Nechala continued her rabid reign. 200 years later, one day, out of the flame of their ferocious fight, emerged a dazzling dragon. She rained and rained fiery flames on the foolish fighters. Chika, who was only defending herself, fled peacefully, while arrogant Nechala, blinded by ego, would not concede defeat so easily, so she pursued and pounced upon the dragon, gravely underestimating the sheer strength and daring dominion of the dragon. She turned to face her alone, but was easily bested by the beast with furnace for breath. Easily throwing her from the pedestal she so pridefully placed herself upon. Pitifully, Chika watched on until she couldn't any longer and saved Nechala at the last minute. They fled disgracefully. Nechala was badly injured, near death. She was a shell of a being, broken and fragmented, so Chika took her to the Ohia, or magical forest. There, the bush babies and gentle giants healed the wounded warrior with their potions and herbs. Thankful and healed physically, Nechala and Chika journeyed on. Nechala, although in better health, still yearned for rest, so they ventured into the lands of the mountain mages, Mirror Mountain. There lived centaurs who dwelled in the caves. They were protectors of vast knowledge, potent and popular philosophers. They knew a lot of the world, so they happily spread their knowledge to anyone with an eager ear. Here, at Mirror Mountain, Nechala learned of the history of the lands and the people, but most importantly, she learned of herself. She reflected on her erroneous ways which led to her perilous path. With her ego bruised and broken, she had no choice but to peer at the woman in the mirror and seek better. She would be her demise if she did not turn wise. No longer afraid, emboldened and embossed with the new knowledge of the world and herself, Nechala and Chika journeyed on to the lands of the shapeshifters, who resided in the depths of the mountain. The occupations of the people was primarily blacksmithing, forging weapons at ease due to their fickle nature, masters at the meticulous art of making magnificent and marvelous arms. But apart from their work, they were also known for their jolly and jubilant spirits. They loved to let loose and party, teaching Nechala to have fun and not take herself so seriously. They taught her to laugh and be happy. They taught her to enjoy life because the next moment is never promised. They continued on to the desert, and there dwelled the dashing dames, dutifully devoted warriors who were skilled in the art of war. They fought with depth and discipline. They taught Nechala how to fight physically and spiritually, teaching her the strength of her mind, because that is where it all begins and ends. Alas, their odyssey led them to the sacred seas. There, they met Mami Miri, who taught them release and relinquishing control, choosing to flow freely in the ocean of life, removing rigidity and letting it rain. releasing pain so we gain strength and breath, crying and trying for better, knowing it will be better, it is better, you say, removing fear so she can connect with her peers. After all her lessons, she reconciled with Chika, and they became one. She was whole and complete now, grateful for all the lessons and friends she made along the way. The animals danced and pranced, the trees came alive, the hills, shaped like hips, swayed in the breeze at ease, the mountains became men, the oceans rushed and rose once again. The world came alive after it had been dead for so long. She continued on to heal the world, a new being, a different one. Just then, the dragon appeared to N'Challa, but unmoved because fear no longer lived there. The dragon transformed into a beautiful woman and said, "Alas, my child, you are home."
मशहूर मेरे इश्क की कहानी हो गई, जो जग ने न मानी तो मैंने बिठानी, कहा थी मैं देखो कहाँ चली आई। कहते हैं ये दीवानी मस्तानी हो गई।
I have seen the future, though I'm not a prophet. In the book of Revelation, there is warning for the nations. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying. Hey! I've seen no more kushako. Olórí oko ṣe ń bọ̀ wá, ó ń bọ̀ wá.